Want stories that spark ideas and inspire hope? The Every Child Thrives podcast network features conversations from healing and resilience to youth leadership and equity that brings together voices from across the country working toward change. Discover how we heal. Voices of I Am New Orleans, Common Good, and Past the Sopapillas, wherever you listen to podcasts.
To the Unserious Christian podcast, the podcast for Christians who are serious about their walk with Christ, but like to have fun in serious moments. They like a hee-hee, they like a ha-ha, they might say the word dick or the word nigga on occasion.
What's up, niggas?
But only when it's actually a dick or actually a nigga.
Oh my God.
Just kidding on the last part. But yes, I'm your co-host, Zoe.
And I'm your other co-host, KJ.
And today we are wrapping up our men's focused month.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all seen episodes where we had our men's panel where we talked to a single man about Christian dating, and this episode is called Ask Her Anything. This is the episode where we are reversing the roles and we are allowing men to ask us any and every question that they want to ask. And we're going to give a real honest answer. So today's episode is Ask Her Anything. And this is the episode where we are reversing the roles and we are allowing men to be the askers of questions and we put ourselves in the hot seat. Mm-hmm. And so we do have a few men that submitted questions. But before we get into our episode, we're going to do things decent and in order. And so it's time for church announcements. Everybody sing along. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hallelujah. Okay, church announcements.
Church announcements. Ooh, special today. Free 99 is salvation. So to make today the day that you get that deal and give your life to Christ because his hand is on the doorknob. In case you didn't know, now you know.
We love Jesus.
He is the best of all. He's the best thing that ever happened to you. He's the greatest to ever do it. Mm-hmm. He is the goat, Indeed. The lion, the lamb.
That's what they call him.
Don't get me to preach in this place. But on a unserious note, give your life to Christ.
Yeah.
That's my church announcement.
It's worth it. Other church announcements. I can't think. Oh, in the month of August, if you don't already know, we are going on a sabbatical. Again, Google that in your own time. But yeah, so for the month of August, we will not be actively commenting and things like that or posting really on social media or on any of our channels. You will be seeing videos and content from us because we are pre-recording and trying to get the work in so that you all have stuff from us and we have stuff that we want to say. Mm-hmm. And so we are doing our very best. But y'all, we're going to take a little break so that we can really honor the Lord, make sure that we know and that he knows and that we are all under the same understanding that this belongs to him and he can do whatever he wants with it. And also because rest is of the Lord.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be all of our church announcements.
Should we share a little bit about like sabbatical and for those that may not know?
Go ahead.
Okay, so as we know, or you may not know, this is why we're telling you. So in the story of creation, God created the world in 7 days, but in 6 days, but on the seventh day, he rested. Mm-hmm. And from that, he also commanded us when he created I was about to say Nation of Islam.
LOL. Not the nation.
Not the Nation of Islam, but when he created the children of Israel, and he gave them the 10 commandments. Mm-hmm. One of the commandments was to keep the Sabbath. Yeah. Jesus himself said that the Sabbath was created for man and man was not created for the Sabbath. Mm-hmm. So biblically, we understand that rest is important.
Yes.
It helps you prevent things from becoming idle. It helps you become restored and rejuvenated. It helps you keep things in priority. Mm-hmm. And it just helps you stay in right standing with God.
Yeah.
So we want to do that with everything that we do. I had to implement rest weekly in my life maybe like a year or two ago. God really got on top of me about it because I can be not a workaholic. I don't like that language. But I'm not opposed to work, especially for something that I enjoy. I will work, like Rihanna said. Mm-hmm. But the Lord had to teach me to implement rest. And now he's personally taking me deeper into that. And as a part of this podcast, we decided to implement that into our business model, basically. That's sabbatical, and that's why we're taking a pause.
Yeah. The Bible says, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Mm-hmm. And Sabbatical does not mean you stop going to church. It doesn't mean you stop reading your devotional. It doesn't mean that you stop worshiping with the Lord. It means you stop the labor of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And honestly, during my personal sabbatical, that's all I'm going to be doing.
What?
Leisure and Lord.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to crack that Bible open first thing in the morning. And after that, I'm going to do whatever my heart pleases.
Yeah, kick it.
Well, not whatever my heart pleases, because some things.
Yeah, but
get a little sticky.
Holiness and righteousness.
Right. Anything
what did they say?
That is holy and righteous, I'll be doing.
What did they be saying? Something is still right?
Holiness
is still right. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are our church announcements.
Church announcements. Okay. And now, obviously, the service has begun. It's time for Question for the Room.
Question for the room.
Love the question for the room.
What is that
question for the room today is, if your guardian angel was to give you a performance review,
LOL,
what would your performance review say?
I don't want to go first. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
Not it.
I can go first. Okay. So thinking about the categories of a performance review, I'm going to go in strengths and areas of growth.
Okay.
Because that's what we title it. I would say, honestly, overall, what do they say? What is it? Does not meet expectations, almost meets expectations, exceeds expectations. Or there's usually a neutral option in the performance review. I would say I probably get a good meets expectations. I don't think that I would get a exceeds expectations.
Okay, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think that my guardian angel would say she will never be able to exceed the expectation. Well, I shouldn't say that. I know that I'll never be able to exceed the expectation, right? But I think that I might have, let me say this. I feel like I might have razzled or dazzled my guardian angel a time or two. Be like, I know she didn't just do the right thing. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like, because, I say he, that's a very ridiculous term. They know me. We there constantly.
Yeah.
And so they know my habits as well as I do, maybe better. And so I think they would be like, oh, there's a growth. You know what I mean?
Gold star for Zoe.
Exactly. I think I have earned some gold stars in the last 365 days.
Yeah.
I would say areas of success would definitely be like keeping into the podcast because love this, but there are some days where it's just so challenging.
Yeah.
I think that I would get a gold star for completing Esther Collective, which is our single women's discipleship program, and staying in the mindset of it, staying submitted throughout that process. I think that I would get like a meets expectations plus for the way that I've handled my work transitions. There have been very challenging moments, but at the end of the day, I can say confidently what that man say in that song. I ain't always been perfect, but I sure been faithful. And I've never left God. There have been moments where I've been like, it don't seem to be working, but I have not left. And so I would say that. I would say my primary area of growth going into this next season of my life is going to just be, honestly, it's the same tree we're hacking at, which is self-discipline and self-management, which honestly, I think that's going to be, that could be for the duration of my life. That maybe just be my work, my labor. But yeah.
Okay. For me, I would say for overall obedience, I would say gold star. Okay,
love.
Meets expectations. There are some things that the Lord has been telling me for a while now, and I'm finally like, okay. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I would hope that he's proud of me because of that. And my angel is reporting back, and God's like, yeah, she's got it. Send the blessings down.
Please speak, Papa.
I think as far as discipline, I think there are some subcategories that gets exceeds or meets.
Okay, yeah.
And I think there are some that get poor.
Got it.
I think my devotional time and Bible study, being transparent, would get a poor.
Okay.
Just out of burnout and bandwidth and just, I'm a human, y'all, and I'm flawed. And that's why he calling me to a sabbatical because I've been burnt out. I went from being depressed to burnt out, and that's not.
Yeah, it's a combination.
It's a bad cocktail. So I think as far as discipline spiritually, I would get a poor. I think as far as discipline and consistency naturally, I think that, but then I factor in working out. I think I would get a neutral.
Okay.
If we just split it into those two categories.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't get a demerit for it, but
no.
It'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
We're just gonna let that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be like you doing it where you're doing it and you're not where you're not.
Got it.
And that's just that. A neutral. Let's see. I think as far as relationally, I would hope that I can get an exceed expectation.
Okay.
But I would understand if it's just meets expectation. Again, God has been calling me to do some quite challenging things relationally. And although they've been quite hard in the moment, they've been rewarding afterwards. And I've just been really leaning on him fully on like how to do certain things, getting understanding about why it's important. Just I'm trying to say it without saying it, without getting into details. Or I guess I can share generally what it is. But something that God has been working with me on is dealing with conflict in relationships, mainly with expressing negative or disappointing emotions with people. And I feel like this year I've made some leaps and bounds with that. So I would hope that I would get an exceeds expectation. Not just in therapy, but like in practice. So yeah, I would hope I would get an exceed expectation there. And yeah, I don't know if there will be any other categories.
Do you think they will leave any notes?
I think there will be some notes. There was something I had to repent for the other day. And me and God have just been tussling with that thing. But I also think usually it comes with a lot of shame. And I know where that shame led me in previous times. So now I'm like, okay, you just need to repent and not take on the shame of the thing.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up every morning I wake up, and hopefully Holy Spirit, I can share this. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, every morning I wake up and I talk to God. And without saying what he said back to me, it was reassuring what he said back to me.
Oh, love.
So that was nice. So I think overall, I would get, if we do our calculations and we average it out,
right?
Maybe like a 3 out of 4, 3.5 out of 4. I don't think I'm failing.
Why'd you put out of 4?
Oh, out of 5. Sorry.
I was like, oh, that's
that
new.
Lexius.
That's different skill.
She just be getting the best of me. But yeah, I think I would get a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
I feel like that's solid.
Yeah.
I feel like solid. Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of the year, I can make that a 4.5. But also he'd be telling me to put the perfection down. So I think maybe not.
Yeah, it's a weird
That's
balance.
what I'm aiming for,
That's
you know?
one thing that I'm realizing this whole walk. We're walking so many broad but fine lines.
Girl.
It's so hard where to find it's so hard to find the line.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
But it's like the line is also there.
Yeah, no, the line is very apparent, but also it's like,
How do I walk this line?
Yeah.
That I can clearly see the line.
Yeah, but the line is so unobtainable. Oh my gosh, y'all, we had a conversation during our last podcast Bible study, and that image will never leave my brain, but there's no way I can explain it. The whole maze, like the will of God versus all of the permissive wills of God.
That was such a good conversation.
It was a very good conversation, and it came up in my conversation with my family today.
Really?
And I was like, I gave a little bit of it just because we were talking about it, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to express the breadth of that conversation.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's ever going to be out in the earth other than in the way that it is now, because it's such, y'all, when God speaks, because he speaks the language of all truth, he communicates 1,000 things with one word. So when he gives you 3 words, you be like,
what does this apply to? And
literally,
he responds, yes.
And it's like, okay, and it says, and it's here, and it's literally,
that's what it doesn't feel like you're on a surface.
Literally. It's just great. I love Big God. That's my name, man.
I do. When I tell you, he can keep things interesting for sure.
Oh, for sure.
There's never a dull moment on this Christian walk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no. It's absolutely insane.
Because it's like, even when you're doing good and like life is great and you're living holy and righteous,
you still suck.
And you still suck. And there's still so many things.
And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm big, you're small. I'm smart, you're dumb. And there's nothing you can do about it.
You're so right. I'm so dumb and you're so smart.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a question for the room, you all. As always, please answer the question for the room. Whether you do it in the comments under this video on YouTube, whether you do it in the comment section on TikTok or Instagram or wherever you're seeing this video, whether you're listening to the audio podcast, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
And join our Facebook group, our Tux private Facebook group, so we can have these conversations, y'all. Mm-hmm. We want to kiki for real. Mm-hmm. And speaking of kiki, we are getting ready to get into our episode. Oh, yeah. And again, the episode, Ask Her Anything. One moment, please. Ask Her Anything. So we have sourced questions from men in the world, wherever they have come by. And these are questions we told them. This was the prompt we gave them. You can ask anything, literally anything.
Whatever you want.
It is answered by women, but also Christian women. So it could have been Christian or non-Christian. Mm-hmm. And there were no limits. Mm-hmm. And so we have a handful of questions. We didn't get a ton of entries, but we did get enough for an episode. And so we have some of our entries here. We're going to pull and we're going to answer. Cass, would you like to pull the first question?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yep, it's a sticky note.
Okay, it says...
Oh, Lord. What is it?
No, it's not a bad one. It says, this is from a man's perspective, do we need to be perfect before we approach you? Here's the thing. Define perfection for me. What do you think is perfect and what do I think is perfect? That would be my answer back to you. Because I've seen through conversations, through our episodes in Men's Month, through talking to these men, how we got these questions. I've seen that we have different perspective on what's needed to be ready. Now, I have a whole nother theory on being ready. We want to talk about that today.
Okay.
But I see that men identify being perfect or being ready to be in a relationship or to even date. They see it as a material thing.
Yeah.
I need to have the job. I need to have the car. I need to have the money. I need to have my material life together. From my perspective and my conversations with a lot of women, especially Christian women, we don't see it that way. Now, women of the world, I'm going to leave y'all. I'm going to sit y'all over there for a second because, that's just a different thing. But Christian women, we need you to be spiritually mature. We need you to have an understanding of leadership and be ready to lead. We need you to have a masculinity that is not toxic and worldly, but that is actually biblical, and a meekness in your masculinity. Those are the things we look at, the inner things. Where men, I find that they look at the material things. So I would first need you to define what you define as perfect, and then based on that, I would say yay or nay. Because personally, if you're just saying you need the material things, I believe that you're not going to achieve all the things you need to achieve without me.
I agree.
Personally. So, no, you don't need to be perfect if that's the case. Now, as far as what I would define as perfect, or most Christian women define as perfect or ready, you need to be able to lead a household. You do. Because us getting together, that's what we would be starting. That would be the start of our family. You do need to have a certain level of... I don't want to say spiritual maturity because my definition of that is changing. Like the Lord is giving me a truer definition, but we need to be equally yoked.
1,000%.
And Zoe has a great understanding of that. Yeah. Hopefully you share it, but I do think we need to be equally yoked, running at the same pace, because our marriage is also a ministry. There's also something in the kingdom that we'll have to accomplish. So I would say, yes, you do need to have those things.
No, I would agree. And so the analogy that Kyrus is talking about, the Lord gave it to me. And basically, think of, close your eyes or keep them open if you're driving. But go in your mind to a basic, not a relay race, but just a straight race, right? Like the kind we use, not even the staggered race, but the races that we used to run track and field day in elementary school. Right, there's a starting line. Everybody is starting from the same point. We know that everybody on that starting line is different body types, different athletic abilities, different desires to run the race. All these various things are factors that impact the way a runner runs and how a runner runs, right? The trigger is pulled, the shot goes off, everybody takes off running. You run and you are running this pace. Whatever your pace is, you run at your maximum pace. If your maximum pace is a 20-minute mile, you run at your 20-minute mile and you rock that thing. If you are a sub 10 mile, you run at your sub 10 mile. Wherever you fall, you run at your maximum speed, right? I believe that as we are all in this world started on that starting line and running that race, that equally yoked looks like, and this is actually the definition of it in the Bible when you talk about oxen, but when you're running that race, it is the intention that you yoke up with, that you marry, that you are in relationship romantically, or at least in marriage rather, with someone who's running at your same pace, right? So if I'm running a 20-minute mile, as much as I may want to be with somebody who runs a sub 10-minute mile, for whatever reasons that may be, whether it's preconceived notions or whether it's because I know that that's where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not there right now, or the people at that line just look better, or you know what I mean? Whatever the reason is, that doesn't work. You need to be with the people who are running at your pace. Now, if you're not running at your max pace, I do believe you need to speed up to your max pace so that you can find someone who is a good, godly match. Because I do believe that you meet your best purpose when you're running at your match speed, but also your max speed, right? Two different things. But yeah, you marry someone at your same pace, whether it's a 20-minute mile or whether it's a 10-minute mile or a sub 10-minute mile. So applying that analogy to what you said, I think that's how you determine readiness. I think that's how you determine you have to be perfect. Because if you've got any level of spiritual maturity and or self-awareness, you know that perfection is not actually possible.
Right.
But I do think that you need to be to your mind's understanding of doing your best to be ready for a relationship. And I believe that for men and women. Yeah. Right? If you know you have the capacity for a sub 10, or not even capacity, because we have the capacity. If you know you're supposed to be running at a sub 10, and God has been trying to push you into that sub 10, and you stand in your 20-minute mile, as much as you might like the sub 10s because those are attractive to you and that's what the inside of you is calling out to, you need to yoke with a 20-minute mile, especially if you are not putting in the work to change that. So do you need to be perfect? Absolutely not. And honestly, this has been something I've been thinking about often because I heard a man say this. I've heard multiple men say this, and specifically, I've only ever heard this question or this concept come from good men. I've only ever heard it come from, at least in a real, not niggas on the internet, but I've heard it like in person. The men around me that are bringing up this concept or this topic, they're men that I would consider very good men, mature, responsible, a healthy perspective of women, that kind of thing. And again, they've reached a level of self-awareness that they're like, I cannot ask this woman out because I'm not the man that I can be. And so as someone who has heard her friends say this, but also who has had men not pursue me because of that, it's this weird, sad, appreciative thing. Yeah. Because it's
I appreciate you not being raggedy
not
when
wanting
you
to
come.
ruin my life, but also
and be ready because I'm ready.
Because I want you.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's a really challenging thing. I will say I have a lot of respect for men who know that they're not ready and don't approach women. I will also say my definition of ready. Let me say this. I think not ready is easier to identify. I believe that you are not ready if you do not know who have a general idea of who you are. Likes, dislikes, basic likes, dislikes. Yeah. And I'm not talking about, do I want a fit girl because you want her body to be right? Like, I'm saying, like, do you like to go to the gym? Why? Right. Do you like to paint? Why? Why do you like the movies that you like? Why are you drawn to the colors that you're drawn to? Like, I think you have to have an understanding of self. At least I wouldn't even say a basic understanding. I think you need to have a
Couple
medium,
levels.
moderate
Yeah,
level of understanding of self.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know your full purpose in the earth, I think you got a taste of it in your mouth.
Or even just, I would say a good understanding of why you want to be married and what your definition of the purpose of marriage is.
That's
dear future
that's
wifey.
a different one. So keep going.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be married, I think you're not ready.
Oh, for sure.
If you know that you're not looking to take anyone seriously,
yeah,
I think you should respectfully decline. But
oh,
go
for
ahead.
sure. Like when we were at BCI, there was a Dear Future Wifey live podcast, and that was a question that was posed, like, what do you think the purpose of marriage is? And I think
it was very telling.
Will gave a really solid answer, but I think some other people on the panel gave answers that were telling of why they may not be ready. And opinion, right? Let me
I'm not Jesus. What do I know? I've never been married.
Right. Let me just make that clear. But out of the wisdom that I've attained biblically, not earthly, because that ain't no good.
Yeah.
But out of the biblical wisdom that I've obtained, some of the answers that were given, it was like, oh, I'm not sure that you actually understand the purpose of marriage.
Yeah.
So you may not.
No, yeah.
Because if you don't have a understanding of the purpose of marriage, then you generally are not ready to be married.
Ready. Yeah.
So
I would also say a key indicator that you are not ready for relationships or marriage, but relationships or marriage in general, is you do not take care of yourself to an acceptable level.
Yeah.
I think if you can, again, and Pastor Mike at Transformation Church said this, and it's rang true since the day I heard it. Relationships are supposed to be two whole people coming together, not two half people.
Yep.
There is no completion.
Right.
There is a
adjoining,
right, of complementary people, but there's no completion. If you feel like you want a relationship to make yourself feel better or to fix something or to fill something, or because you have a gap and you think that person is going to fill the gap, that's not ready. And that, to me, that they're going to fill the gap can be emotional. It can be spiritual. It can be monetary. It can be geographically. Like, there's a lot of fill the gap.
It could be ego. It could be idol. Like
it's 1,000 different things. Again, it is cheaper to live with a roommate. So if you can't financially afford to take care of yourself, so if I get with somebody, then I can have good sex and
they'll take care of me.
I think if you do not take care of yourself to a degree of efficiency, you can keep your light bills on. You have a way to get to work, even if you do not own a vehicle. You show up to work on time. You can hold down a job. You pay your bills. You maintain non-romantic relationships. I think that's a major marker of success. A major
especially men.
Of success.
Men, are you listening? Hello, is this thing on? Men, it's a red flag to us women.
Big.
If you do not have friends.
Male friends. For me, a man who does not have male friends,
it's a red flag.
Is a red flag, because men know men. And if no men, regardless of who they are, will be around you, even if your friends are raggedy, at least you have a friend.
Yeah.
But if no men will keep company with you,
it says a lot about you.
It says a lot.
And granted, I'm not a person that has a big friend social, but there are people, I could give you a list of people that could vouch for my character.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, sorry, I hit the mic.
So it says a lot when there are people that can vouch for your character. I would say could vouch for my character
1,000%.
and vice versa.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So if you don't have anybody that can vouch for you, and here's another one, make sure, hello, this is on, right? And there's nobody that you are accountable to, as some of us like to call it, a sit down and shut up card. That's a big red flag. It is, especially as a Christian. In the world, it's different. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But as Christians, you don't have anybody that you're accountable to. I'm going to pass on you. I'm sorry.
Can I tell a story?
I'm not sorry, actually.
That's not it's not super Christian, but it was like, there was no immediate red flag, but then the red flag kind of came.
Yeah.
So this guy that I was talking to, it was very early in the talking stages, and he had no male friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there maybe had been a separation that had occurred or things like that. And, at first I was like, ooh, red flag. But
You brush it off.
Yeah, you continue on with the conversation. Because a red flag, sometimes, which this sounds delusional, but something that comes up as a red flag early in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you start to understand more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you start to have to sort, is this a red flag or is it not a red flag?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, made a note. Women, you got to make a note. And so I made a note on it. And as we were continuing in our conversations, I realized
Mm-hmm.
he's closed off emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it happened. I don't know if that closed off emotionally was the cause of friendships ending or if it was the effect of friendships ending.
Mm-hmm.
However, he was a good man, solid, protector, provider, hunter, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
He even had female friends. Yet and still, I recognized his lack of male friends
Mm-hmm.
indicated an attribute that was like, oh, he can't be in a relationship with me
Right.
because he can't be in a relationship with them.
Right.
Like, again, for whatever reason, in the name of Jesus, he will heal from it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it takes
it
some
just
of the
don't
same.
work.
It takes some of the same things.
It does.
If you can't open up to a friend, I'm going to be your friend.
Yeah. And if the people that know you the best don't stick around, major indicator. Okay.
Moving on.
Upward and onward.
Next one.
Okay. I actually threw them over there. And my mic is very finicky. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. LOL. This is hilarious.
Okay.
The statement reads, if your man asks you to stop doing something that he doesn't want you to do, non-sinful, just preference,
Mm-hmm.
would you stop doing it?
I like him for real.
Yep.
Why he asking me to stop doing it?
Curious, that's not on the Cabosa note. It's preference.
It's just a preference. We would have to take it a couple levels deep. I'm
Okay.
not gonna hold you
Uh-huh.
because I need to know why you're asking me to stop doing this thing. And I think we've briefly talked about this before. Again, we actually got these questions. We got this particular question live and direct.
Yeah.
So me and Zoe had a post conversation about the conversation where we got the question from.
Yeah.
And Zoe's point was very valid as to what that acts would trigger in her brain. Like the other things that she would think and the layers behind the question. I was like, oh, that's good, friend. And this is why you're my friend. Because I'm now also thinking, well, why are you asking me that?
Yeah.
What's the root of that question? Because in that particular conversation, the question was very surface level.
Yeah, it's very.
But the root of the
cares?
thing was a way bigger, deeper, more fundamental root.
Yeah.
So I would need to know what the root of the question is. Now, I'm going to throw out an example just to answer the actual question.
Mhm.
If it was something like, oh, I don't like when you wear halter tops and they show your back. Okay. And if he's just like, oh, well, I feel like it's a very vulnerable part of your body to expose.
Mhm.
And mind you, this is a husband.
Husband. Easy.
Husband? Okay.
Yeah.
This is a husband. Just had to make sure.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Just had to make sure.
You know what made me laugh?
What?
And this is gonna sound so cynical.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe a boyfriend thinks he can ask that question.
Yeah, that's why I heard it. I heard the thoughts of the boyfriends in the world. That's why I said,
Oh my gosh,
let me
Kiara.
clarify. That's
Oh
a
my gosh.
husband.
The thought I also just had.
I had
engaged
a
him for 10
Raven
years.
Baxter moment.
You ain't locked into nothing, but you want me to stop doing what I'm
I had a vision of the future, and I saw a boyfriend asking his
Wow.
girlfriend to stop wearing something.
My head is spinning. That made me dizzy.
LOL.
Wow.
So this is
sorry.
a
Thank you. Please continue.
husband asking me,
Mhm.
hey, I feel like it's a very vulnerable part of your body to
Uh-huh.
expose to other people, not even just other men.
Uh-huh.
Because again, layers, right? What's the root of the thing?
Right.
I think it's a vulnerable thing to expose to other people
Mhm.
that you are not in an intimate relationship with.
Yeah.
So I just would like you to cover up.
Yeah.
In that situation, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Again, because to me, in that scenario, it's not a territorial
Mhm.
request. it's not an insecurity request.
The demon can't root a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not anything that is a fundamental fix.
Yeah.
It is a acts from I'm going to use these kind of buzzwords, holy and righteous place.
Yeah.
And in that case, as the head of my household, I'm going to submit to it. And I'm going to say, sure, I'll stop wearing halter tops.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's an easy yes. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And let me caveat it with this. I guess it depends on how much I like doing it. Because it's non-sinful.
Yeah.
Right? And I hold this belief. You can hold your belief. I do believe that married couples need to be theologically synonymous.
Yeah.
We have to believe the Bible in the same way. I don't believe that there should be any theological dissonance in romantic or in marital relationships, rather. I am one of those girls, and not even one of those girls, one of those women, now that I've healed and taken off the hard feminism, I don't need no man thing. Especially for the man that I know my husband is going to be.
Right.
Because I know he's going to be so lovely and so right, and like hunger and thirst after righteousness in such a way.
Oh, absolutely.
That if that man is like, hey, I don't want you to wear halter tops. Baby, I'll wear them in the house for you. That's fine. That's just, honestly, again, good men, it's really easy to follow. I don't know how to articulate this. When a man is a good, righteous man, and it's coming from, like you said, that healed place.
Yeah.
Baby, burn them all.
Yes, sir.
Easily.
Anything else?
It's so easy to submit to whole men. It's so easy to submit to like healed men. It's just
because you're
submitted. I don't like it. It's that like. Also, you treat me real well. You take care of me. You love me. You care about me.
Yeah.
If me not wearing this or if me not doing this thing is making you feel a kind of way because I love you, I could take it off. And honestly, even if it's an ick, babe, when you make that face, it's an ick for me. Dang, really?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to have some.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to have a few.
And I'm okay with that. Like
I don't like the way you dress.
Oh, you're hilarious. I wasn't thinking anyway.
Let me dress.
No, I think that's perfectly fine. But for me, that's the main thing is the root, what you said.
Yeah.
Why is it that you do not want this thing? And for me, honestly, the major thing that would make me say no, and it wouldn't make me say no because I don't think that it can be that simple. The conversation that I want to have with you is, actually, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to say exactly what I said to you after that conversation. And I'm going to say what I said to him in that conversation. Our brother in Christ. My question to you as your wife would be, is this what you define as leadership? You having control over how I be in the world. Is that a part of your definition of leadership?
Let's talk about that.
Because in that conversation, it was very clear that he understood it to be his authority as a man to make this demand, and that the woman that was his woman needed to comply. And that I do not believe is righteousness. That I do not believe is holiness. I do believe that that is a demon. I believe that, and not that that person is a demon, obviously, but I do believe it is the lie, the deception of the enemy, rather. Let's not call it a demon. It is a deception of the enemy that masculinity looks like controlling others around you. And that is scary to me. And I feel like my fear of that is, or not fear, but like my concern towards that was reaffirmed in that video that I saw.
Yes.
Where that man did that documentary. It was a woman. She did a documentary. It was this man. She was interviewing him. He had been a physically abusive person in his relationships. And he was a man. And he was talking about the statement that I think best collides with this. The words out of that man's mouth. He said, if you had asked me if I was a woman beater, I would have told you, I know I'm not a woman beater because I didn't hit women for no reason. He said, I hit them for compliance because it was my job as a man to rule over them.
Jesus.
Same logic. So again, if that's your logic, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you just like, baby, every time you wear them pants, a man is looking at your butt and I feel like I got to fight every day. Well, I don't want you to feel like you got to fight, baby.
Yeah.
I could throw the pants away.
Yeah.
Because that's a solid reason. It's not toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not insecure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I don't like when men are looking at you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it puts me in a space where I have to sin against my God
Mm-hmm.
because I'm about to go knock his top.
Provider protector. He like, oh, I got to protect you. So how about we eliminate this thing? Not so he doesn't have to be protector,
But to keep y'all safe.
Right.
So that y'all don't end up in a situation that is raggedy and reckless.
Right.
Just like a good shepherd. Cool.
And also men, because I know that we think differently. So I can hear the confusion now around what you said.
Okay.
Zoe is not saying that if you feel that leading your household is giving instruction to the people that you are leading in your household makes you an abuser, right? Because I know men think in a line.
Okay.
So you hear leadership and abuser in that line and you're like, one equal. That's not what we're saying.
Oh, yeah, no.
We're saying if you define leadership as controlling
as control
someone else, that will lead to abuse.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
We just want to make the lines clear because we understand that men think in a straight line. Women, we think more like this.
Yeah.
But men, y'all think like this.
No, that's a good point of clarification.
So, or for the listeners, women, we think more in a circle. Men think more in a straight linear line.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to be clear on that. We are not saying that men as leaders are automatically abusers.
No.
We are saying
men as leaders are actually functioning very well.
Right.
And dare I say, actually, we're not even going to go there because that's a sub thought.
Yeah.
But there was a minister who preached a message about that leadership is not a skill that can be taught. It is a skill that you must be born with. And so when it comes to men, being the head of your household doesn't always look like you leading.
Oh, interesting.
Which makes sense because as a natural born leader, I see the gaps.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, baby, if you quote unquote lead us,
we going to hell.
We going to hell
with gasoline and drugs.
Or worse, we're going to heaven as paupers. Sweetie, you have no financial acumen. Your financial literacy, sweet. I mean, Big Daddy, I love you so much. But if you have $20, all you're gonna have is $20. And I love you, Big Papa, but if you just let me hold that $20, let me flip that $20.
As Tim said, you love it when I call you Big Daddy. Drop something for me, Big Daddy. Drop something for me, Big Daddy. If that's the case, if you want me to call you Big Daddy,
be Big Daddy.
Go ahead and drop it. But if you want to be called Big Daddy,
you got to
have something to drop.
Come mighty heavy.
You got to be big. You can't be. You got to be.
Hey, walk heavy like our upstairs neighbors. Okay. Because
you got to have some weight on you.
Yeah.
I want to go further in that,
but just I hope y'all caught it.
Pick up what we put down now. You got to have some weight on you.
Yeah.
Spiritually and naturally. And again, we're not talking about material.
No. But I'm telling you, there are some men, when they speak, everybody listens.
They just got it.
And you be like, let me grab a piece of paper and take a note. They just.
And I guarantee you, it's not always the men that you think.
It's not.
Because those red pill men.
Red pill men?
You've never heard of them?
No.
Oh, Zoe, I'm going to have to take you down a rabbit hole, friend.
Yeah.
But basically, the men who are spewing toxic masculinity to this generation, it's not them.
I told you in one of our former episodes.
Yeah.
Especially those men, when they be hollering and screaming, hey, you just, all I hear is, or I hear women. I just hear women screaming. But it be so men, you sound like a girl to me. But also, and maybe that's a little bit of the old Zoe. Because if you have no authority, because authority is not natural. It is spiritual. Mm-hmm. It's solely spiritual. That's why you have CEOs of companies with no respect, because authority is spiritual. Mm-hmm. You either carry it or you don't. When you have a man with no authority trying to get people to do what he wants them to do,
please,
it's ridiculous.
Shut up.
But when you have a man with authority, he walk in and he be like, "Oh, we're not doing that." You be like,
"Yes, sir.
Please forgive me. It will never happen again." Mm-hmm. Love. Okay.
Next question.
Next question. We should probably pull them closer.
Yeah. We're here now. Oh, okay. This is a fun one. Do women actually want to have sex / do they actually experience sexual temptation? This was a very interesting question when we got it.
It was a very interesting question when we got it, and I'm trying to answer it in a way right now that is not going to be having people question my integrity.
Okay. Cut it to a straight.
No, I can't say what just came to my mind. I can't say what just came to my mind. Pray in the spirit.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Actually,
you want me to go first?
I can answer this question.
I'll go first.
Yeah. Y'all, I just got off my period, so I'm real hot.
LOL. Feral.
I'm sorry.
Have you seen that video of the girl where she be like, you on your period, and this one frame and she's just smiling, the other frame she's like, not you on your period, you ovulating?
No, yeah, that's literally the thought that came to my mind. I was like, oh wait, that's Zoe?
LOL.
I'm gonna sit here with my legs crossed and let Kiers answer the question.
I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna share it with you because it's hilarious and quite accurate.
No,
so the long and short answer is yes,
and hell yes,
and real bad,
like,
and more often than you think. Now, obviously, there are caveats. There's nuance. There's the fact that we live in a fallen world, and so many women have had very negative and dark experiences around sex.
Yeah,
we are not ignoring that.
Yeah.
Now,
and that plays a part.
Huge.
Because every woman is individual. It plays a big part. Just like,
and as two women who have also had some sexual trauma in our pasts, it affects us all differently.
Yeah.
Because where some women, it turns them off to sex completely. Yeah. There are others where it turns you too much onto sex
and
makes
hypersexual.
Yeah.
And it's challenging.
But
both hard.
We're just going to speak from a whole healthy woman's perspective.
Okay, that's better. That's good, Kiers.
Yeah, because if we that'll take us all day. Yeah, we got other questions to answer.
Yeah.
Speaking from a whole healthy woman, healed woman, delivered perspective, women crave sex.
Yeah.
We are set up biologically for a week every month, some more, some less.
Literally.
But generally, on average, a week every month. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Our bodies are like, give me a baby and give it to me now. And you know how you get a baby? You have sex. And everything about our chemistry.
Honestly, that week, I ain't thinking about no baby.
I'm thinking about...
Baby, she's purring.
She purring.
And she wants somebody to pet it. Okay?
Hello?
Is this thing on? Nah. And so much so that she be like, girl, you don't see me? You don't see me?
And I'll be like, I'm trying.
Shut up. Girl, be quiet. And you be like, girl, you don't see him? You don't see him?
I do see him.
You don't see that,
girl. Be quiet down there.
Third leg.
I know, but we can't look at that.
Shut up.
Because then you get us in trouble, and I got to be accountable for that.
And the Bible be like, yeah, these words are cute and everything, girl, but you know what I...
And she be like, but remember him?
Right.
In the sweatpants?
Right.
And you be like, I'm trying not to remember him.
Love is patient, love is
be
kind,
quiet.
But love is also long and strong. That's what she be saying. That's what she be saying.
Ooh, and let me tell you something about once you turn 30. Oh my God. I thought I had a high libido in my 20s. Baby, that 3 popped up and that thing cranked up.
Boom.
And it times 3.
I believe it.
It cranked up to the max and I'm like,
whoa.
Some days I can't see straight.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, the first thought that came to my mind, I literally could not say on this mic and still be pleasing to my Lord and Savior.
So I wear contacts. Some days I need contacts in my glasses just so I could
trace it down.
Just so I could focus. All right, that's what it
Yeah.
What does that say? I can't even. There's a man next door,
and
so I can't.
I promise you I can smell it through the walls.
I'm trying to see what this say, but he got on a good cologne, so it's blurring my vision.
Y'all, as much as we are spirit, we are animal.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you, oh my gosh, a good smelling man.
Whew.
I'd be like, whoo, sir. Hold on. You know what that makes me think of?
What?
It's like in Twilight, Edward Cullen, when Bella walked in front of that fan.
And he had to hold his nose?
He said,
yeah. No, that's
you
accurate,
would have thought
actually.
she stunk.
That's
But
actually.
she smelled a little too good.
He was like, I can't even inhale that. That's how you guys smell.
Breathe in your mouth.
When we're ovulating
Yeah.
and you got on a good cologne and a fresh haircut.
I almost cussed right in this mic. I almost said a $4 cuss word. Good Lord. Help.
You want a wife? You can get one right now.
Well, easy. You want it on paper or you want it in the spirit?
Because she wanted it in the spirit.
She wanted by the Bible.
Biblically, she's trying to get to know you. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus.
Well
LOL.
said, Kiers.
So, yeah.
Well said.
That's my answer. I'd have laughed myself into a sweat. Oh, my.
I'm feeling a little flush. But yeah.
Yeah. So, man, if you didn't catch
we also have
anything.
to flee.
Yeah.
Just like you gotta flee, we gotta flee.
Yeah.
Which I think is also why, just a little extra nugget y'all didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I will not date a man who is not also committed to purity.
Oh, can't do it.
Because if you don't want this at all, and
Neither
I
do
only
I.
want it half the time.
Neither do I. But I love him too much.
What?
Whew. Amen.
Next question. If a female, okay, I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. Excuse me, Jesus. I'm telling you, y'all, when I say I'm hot right now.
To the person that asked that question, because he got a very different answer at that table.
He did.
Because he wouldn't have been.
He wasn't ready for that.
He couldn't handle it. But if you're watching this,
please know.
there you go.
Also, please know, and this is a little fun fact, I have had a higher sexual libido than all of the men that I've dated. Not the women, but the men.
I don't know. I can't say if that's same or not.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Next question. If a friend, female, and I have been hanging out a lot, just the two of us, but I'm not romantically interested, and she's never hinted interest, should I share that I'm not interested or just keep hanging out as friends? There's a little water on that. Okay. Ooh, I honestly, I think I have two different answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one that I'm going to go with is, I think to be clear is to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, because like my original answer is, and I believe this wholeheartedly, if we're not saying it's nothing, then it's not nothing.
Yeah.
But also I recognize that that comes from a part of me, which I think it's healthy, but it's also the part of me that kind of used to be the dog. Because like, as, I don't even know how to articulate this, but like, let me say this. Men, y'all think y'all can be players? When a woman is a player,
please,
it's water off a duck's back. And so I functioned like that for a good long time.
Spinning you in a circle.
I used to believe in sex for sex sake. So I could have sex with you, good, phenomenal sex, and be chit-chatting when you're in the car and hearing all your deepest, darkest secrets. And excuse me, y'all, that sex got in my throat.
That sex got you.
It got in my throat. And like, you know, holding you and doing all these things.
Yeah.
You crying on my shoulder, and I get up, them tears dry, I'm dry. It's and then we good to go. And so I personally operate in a very strong sense of, if we don't say it's nothing, regardless of what's going on here. Even if a feeling does blow my way, I blow it right back because this is nothing.
Yeah.
So I can manage that fairly well. But I will say, I know that is not common. I know that's not common for women. I also know that in 2026, especially in the Christian sphere, unfortunately, hanging out solo has a lot of implications. And so I think that regardless of what it actually is, even if y'all are, help Jesus, even if y'all are on the same page, I think you do just need to articulate that you all are on the same page, so that there's no confusion. Yeah, I think in this day and age, it's better to articulate that because there's so many. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I can see how y'all are chilling out and it's nothing, and then something happens where one of y'all's like, "Ooh, that was attractive," or "Ooh, you know, I kind of like that," and "Ooh, they said that," and actually we're spending a lot of time together, so that must mean something. individual minds can get going somewhere, and then it could be like, oh, well, they've never said that they're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just can get confusing unnecessarily. And so I would say something just to be like, hey, and I would say real smooth, real chill. Like I said, I used to be a little bit of a player. So I would just be like, hey, I'm actually really enjoying hanging out with you as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I only see us as friends, but I see us as good friends, and I really appreciate our friendship.
Okay.
Because it don't have to be a whole lot.
Yeah. Let's see. I would say, 1, take everything to the Lord in prayer.
Okay.
Because the Holy Spirit will tell you a lot.
For sure.
Sometimes more than you want to know, actually. But I would say not to make it awkward and kind of ruin the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until there is some type of question about it.
Oh, that's good.
Because, again, and in the church, we're kind of weird, like you brought up a second ago. We're weird about cross-gender relationships.
Yeah.
So I can see why he's even posing the question. I don't know if this would be so much a question if it was outside of the church. Like when me and my guy friend hang out, there is no question if we're anything.
Romantic.
Right. So my recommendation to him would be, or is, to wait until there's some type of romantic gesture or hint or
implication, even if it comes externally. I would say
exactly.
Even if a waitress is like, "Oh, y'all are together,"
right?
And then you'll be like, "Oh no, we're not together." And then at the table after that, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I understand that people think that we're together, but that's not what this is."
Right. Or even like some of y'all friends or people in church may be like, "Oh, are y'all dating?" Then I would say that's the time to have the conversation. But y'all, Christians especially, it's okay to have a friend and somebody that is not your gender. Yeah. Personally, I feel like it's healthy.
It is helpful.
Community is not it's not gender specific. You need people. Jesus had women disciples that rolled with him. We know of Mary. His mom was also one of his disciples. So we know of Martha and the other Mary. So we understand even biblically that community is not supposed to be gender specific nor gender exclusive. So it's okay if y'all are just kicking it as friends, and do not feel pressured to define if it is just a friendship or has the potential to move romantically.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say put that pressure on yourself. Just let it roll and address it when you get to that bridge. Then you cross it.
Yeah. Okay. Last one.
Now we have the one that's on here. So this question says, why do women not like the question, what do you bring to the table?
I don't even want to answer.
Ooh, I almost cussed.
Which word?
I almost said, well, not a cuss, but I almost said, nigga, I ain't at the table.
Literally.
So here's why I don't like this table. Here's why I don't like this question.
This whole table foolishness.
I don't like this question because, again, what's the root of why you're asking me this? Are you asking me this so that you can gauge what you need to put in? Are you asking me this to evaluate my worth? Are you asking me this just because that is the thing to ask when you're on a date, according to social media? What is your reasoning behind this? Because what does that question even mean? What do I bring to the table? What table? What are you expecting me to bring to this table? What is it just doesn't make any sense. I feel like there are better, more accurate questions that we can be asking to gauge compatibility and chemistry. If you are wanting to evaluate my character, ask that question. Ask a more specific question, like a scenario question, or, what is a character flaw you think you have? Something that I ask people, something that I commonly ask people is, what would you say are your red flags? Or what would you say are the red flags that what are some things you would say are red flags in other people? To me, that tells me a lot.
Yeah.
And then I would ask them, okay, what are your green flags? What are things you would say are your green flags about you? What are things that you say are green flags in other people? To me, that gauges character. And if that person is just listing off material things, that also tells me a lot. You may not have the depth that I'm looking for, because I'm not caring about, I care about the material things, but those are not the things that I'm checking off first. I first need to make sure that we are actually compatible to live a life together. Do you love Jesus? Do you just love him, or do you serve him?
Right.
Is he Savior or is he Lord?
Yeah.
You know? So I don't like the question because it's a valueless question to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually get us anywhere. So what about you?
I generally don't want to answer this question.
Okay.
Honestly, I made a video on my social media where I talked about it in depth,
Mm-hmm.
but it's for very similar reasons.
Yeah.
I just think that the question is not actually asking what, it's not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it doesn't bring value. I also think that it is a question that manipulators use
Mm-hmm.
to see how much they can get from you
Mm-hmm.
and how little they can give you in return
Mm-hmm.
before you'll actually leave. And so, also, I believe the Lord, and now this may have come from the Lord, this may have been my preference and the Holy Spirit, because, you can use the truth of what the Lord says to confirm something that you want to believe. But I do believe also that, let me say this, the analogy the Lord gave me, women are the table. Basically, a woman, she has a sort of settling already that is anointed, that is gifted to her by in being a woman. And a part of the man's curse is that he has to carry his load alone, right? You have to go through the earth, laboring and working and carrying this thing. When you receive a wife, you do receive a helpmeet. This means you get somebody to help you with your work. This means that you get a table to put your stuff on, as opposed to carrying it on your back.
Oof.
I believe I am the table. And I believe that it's my responsibility to be the table, not to put anything on the table. Because if we don't have a table, then everybody's carrying their stuff. So that's, in short, I have to be a safe landing place. I have to be the table. You have to bring things to the table. And then we have a place to sit and something to eat.
Amen.
Yeah.
That was good. That'll preach.
Glory be.
Okay.
I hate that question.
Here's our last question that was submitted through our form.
Okay. Shout out to the form submissions.
The question reads, some of my female friends have admitted getting with bad boys who they know aren't meant for them. Is this common for Christian women too? If so, why? And what's the thought process behind it?
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't hear this question in advance. Okay, so here's the thing. Can you read it again? Yeah. Sorry.
So it says, some of my female friends have admitted to getting with bad boys who they know aren't meant for them. Is this common for Christian women too? Why is that? And what is the thought process behind it?
Okay. Is it for Christian women too? Yes. However, I believe that is an attribute or characteristic of an immature woman. If I can be very honest. And that's why it's equally Christian and equally non-Christian. Because as Christian as you are, immaturity is still immaturity. And it doesn't actually matter. I think that quote unquote bad boy attributes, which I can only assume you mean of talking down at her, being kind of rough around the edges, being attracted to someone who is basically, so I can't articulate it in an appeasing way because of where I am now as a person. Because to me, let me say this. I truly believe, at least let me speak for myself. I only had to get my heart broken by not ready people so many times before not ready attributes started to be unattractive. So while the red flag, while the red flag seems real pink or real yellow or even sometimes green, to a young hoe, when you get more mature, you start to realize, oh, okay, I got a perfect example. I told you, loud talking men. Young, that can seem real attractive. Oh, he's authoritative. He's the leader of his friend group. He's the alpha man. He does this. But then as you mature, you start to realize that loud talking men are often weak men who don't control themselves, don't manage themselves, or have authority or influence over anybody else.
Yeah.
Which is why they talk so loud. So again, it seems like a bad boy attribute that appears attractive, but it's not in general. So I do think that immature women can be attracted to bad boys, just like immature men can be attracted to loose women. Because it's attractive to the flesh on a very basic animalistic level.
Yep.
But once you start to work your brain and you grow up and you mature and you experience life, I think that those quote unquote bad boy attributes turn into bright red flags.
Mm.
And you be like, actually, not only is it not attractive, I wouldn't go near you with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Because you're dangerous.
Yeah.
And yeah. So in theory, yes, that's why I think we do it, because I think we're just animals, and sometimes we just, we can't help but be cavemen. Big strong men,
Yeah.
But I think that when we stop being animals and we start being sentient beings, as God created us to be, man is the only one that can have that control over their animalistic nature. I think you grow out of that. But I think, can I ask you another question, man of God? Which kind of goes back to the other thing, but I can't help it. Are you asking that question because someone that you want doesn't want you? Because then we go into a further conversation about being attracted to women who are also not ready.
Yep.
Because I believe game recognized game.
Yep.
And so it's like, if you might be asking this question because just like you actually have friends and they keep being in bad relationships. Like, have you seen that video? It's like me picking up my friend after she got out of a relationship with the church drummer. And it's this guy holding this girl and she's like passed out. Like, is it like you're just tired of seeing your friends go like struggle? And I think that's a different. Let me say this. I think your next step after that is different than if you're asking this question because the woman that you want wants somebody else. Yeah.
And in the question, he said that he's talked to his female friends and they've admitted to wanting bad girls, bad boys, bad girls. They've admitted to wanting bad boys.
Interesting.
So I would say, I guess I have a similar answer, but not really. I think that, or I'm going to take it from a more spiritual level. Rebellion is the first sin, right? We rebelled against the command of God. We were disobedient. So I think it's always in our second nature, because our first nature is spiritual. But our second nature is what rules us, which is our flesh or the natural. I think it's innate to our second nature to always rebel and be attracted to rebellion. So spiritually, that's why I think that women, Christian or not, are attracted to those bad boys, because the rebellion in us are attracted to the rebellion in them, which is a immature thing, like Zoe was saying. But I think that's where it comes from spiritually. So even as Christian women, when we have not identified and been delivered and healed from that rebellion within us, we still are attracted.
Feed that first nature or that second.
That second nature, we're still attracted. Yep, we still crave that rebellion. So yeah, I think my answer is not as complicated, but I think spiritually that's what's happening, and naturally, particularly for young people, it's just still fun to be edgy and do the bad thing.
Go against the grain.
And then as you get older and more mature and you start to understand why certain things are the way they are, you see some things and you're like, still not agreeing. And you see some things and you're like, actually, now that I got that frontal lobe, this makes a lot more sense. So I think, again, just echoing what Zoe said, that naturally that immaturity is just a big part. But spiritually, I think it's that rebellion. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Go like this. All right, y'all. Was that the last question? All right. That was the episode.
Yeah, this was good.
This was so good. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. And honestly, can I be real honest?
Yeah.
I want to do this again.
I was just about to say, should we just keep it up?
I think we keep it up because let me say this. Our men's month has given me so many more questions.
Oh my gosh.
And honestly, my community for a long time has just been devoid of male presence. And so there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of knowledge gaps that I'm very excited to fill. And so let's keep it going, y'all. We have the link to Ask Her Anything, that form. We'll just pop in periodically and come bring the questions to you. And also, y'all, we are recruiting for men to ask these questions with and have these conversations with.
Yeah.
Like I know y'all like to believe men are not wanted. No, we want y'all so bad. Like, platonically and romantic. Well, not everybody. Like I want my man, but I want men to have these conversations with, so we can fill in the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all, we're going to be having some game nights coming up. We're going to be having some conversations.
We have a lot coming, actually.
A lot.
A ton.
A lot to build the community and to build up the body.
And who knows, if you submit your question, maybe it'll be a question for the room.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Or if you, depending on what question you ask, that might bring you to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Now, some other things will have to happen first.
Oh, for sure. We're going to check in, meet, see if we vibe.
Yeah.
Obviously, we
can't be
vibe.
Crazy coming on our podcast.
We got to vibe.
But yeah, submit your questions. I'll put the link if you're watching on YouTube in the description. If you're listening, it'll be in the description it'll be in the show notes. Mm-hmm. And if you see this on social, just in our link in bio, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
All right.
Holler at us.
Bye, y'all.
Love you, bye.
Looking for a home that keeps you connected to Silicon Valley without the usual barriers to entry? The Gates in Morgan Hill by City Ventures is a walkable neighborhood near downtown restaurants, outdoor trails, and an easy commute to the Bay Area. It's a small town setting with access to major career hubs. Every home is all electric with buyer-owned solar included. With limited availability, now's the time to take a closer look. Discover your new home at cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.